It fits into a rubber boot and it should slide freely back and forth. It was 100% completely seized. What we're going to do today is we're going to try to rejuvenate an important part of the puzzle of this front caliper, and that would be one of the slide pins. Now this slide pin is in terrible shape. It should be shiny here, and it's anything but. Now it screws into this piece, which is then part of the caliper. So this slide pin's working okay, as you can see. Slides all right, and this pin goes right there. It screws in right there, and it's gonna do anything but slide in this condition. So what I think you can see a little tiny piece of silver down there, which means that it is absolutely covered in, I don't know what, corrosion, burnt rubber, I'm not sure. But what I'm going to try to do today is bring this pin back so we can use it in here. It fits into a rubber boot and it should slide freely back and forth. It was 100% completely seized when I took this caliper apart. I had to actually unscrew it using the bolt, the 6-sided bolt part, which is typically used to install it in this fitting here, to lever it out of this main body. And this pin was also completely seized. Now the one that's still connected is working okay in terms of slide. It's not lubricated, it's just metal on metal at the moment, and that's looking okay. Once it's lubricated, it'll be just great. And of course there's a rubber boot that fits in here as well to keep the dust out. It's a dusty environment with brakes. But boy oh boy is this pin in trouble. And I'm going to try and save it. I mean, buying a new one is not all that expensive, but everything is closed because it's Chinese New Year's here in Hong Kong, so I've got nothing, I've got no supply chain capability, so, well, we go after this pin and see if we can bring it back to life. That's the goal for today. And here we are. This is the slide pin. I've cleaned it up as best I can using sandpaper, file, grinder, disc, everything I could. And I'd like to just show you where it goes. The pin fits in, I guess you could call it an armature. I'm not exactly sure what to call it. There's a slide pin that fits into here from the main body, and this screws in here, I believe. It goes in fairly easily because I've cleaned the threads. So that goes there, and let's just put the body down to give you an idea. So this here goes there, like so, and this slides in there. So believe it or not, this little piece is what's fixed to the motorcycle forks, and the big thing slides back and forth. So it really moves more like this, let's say. So this big thing moves, the yellow thing moves on the little silver thing instead of the other way around. But it's easier to demonstrate the slide this way, just because I've got one hand. So here's the bottom pin, sliding nice and easy. And here's a top pin, sliding also. Sliding nice and easy. Now they don't have their boots yet, but until I can get new pins or test these pins, this is the best I can do. So at least they move now, whereas before they didn't at all. So that's kind of how it works. You have one pin connected to the small piece, this guy, and you have one pin connected to the big piece, and you just put that on there, and they slide just like that. Yeah. And when I first got it, it was closed up like this, and this was completely seized in place. So I actually had to put a wrench in there and turn it to push this out. And what ended up happening was it pushed the arm out, and of course it started binding on the bottom pin, so I had to get a screwdriver and push it all out. It was just a big mess. And now it's much easier. So that's it. Next step, of course, is to get seals and other little bits and pieces, and then put this back together. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, giving me a like, and leaving me a comment. I really enjoy making these videos, and I want to know from you how I can make them better. The whole point of these videos is to demonstrate that if I can do something, you can do it too. Well, that's it for now. So long, and remember, keep making.